Hello, it's Darren from Investor Income. Welcome to the channel. We talk about stock trading today and how you can trade stocks for a living. It is possible. Yes, it is possible. You will need some capital. Not crazy amount of capital, but you will need some capital available. And you're going to be looking for 1 to 5% in a trade. This trade I took here last week was 6% profit. And I use the same system that I trade Forex. I use the same system on binary options as well. And I trade stocks now. I sold all my stocks back in November, but there's going to be some fantastic opportunities coming up, I believe, and I'll show you why in a minute on the charts. But this was my trade, so it's not a perfect trade to be honest, but this was given the circumstances in the States at the minute, where we've got a lot of instability in the world, and all we're looking for is a little bit of movement in this stock. So we had a nice sell-off here. It came down to the oversold area. I entered there. We're oversold on the shorter term oscillators here as well. We are in a downtrend though. So I just took a short movement up. It spiked nicely, hit my take profit very quickly, and I was out of the trade. Done. Okay, we're not holding these for the long term. Obviously, when we've got these nice strong moves like this, we can see with the moving averages here, we can obviously enter trades on these pullbacks. But when we've got this situation, obviously the market's rolling over and this stock is rolling over by the looks of it. It's definitely seemed to have put in the top for the time being. And we could get some more upward motion on this, and it might sort of move around at the top for a bit. But overall, we're looking a bit bearish on this at the minute. So I just want to take a quick bit of money out of this. Okay, so I'm not looking for crazy wins the whole time. I'm not looking for 20, 30% in a move. I want to get in and I want to get out, preferably within the week, so I can close out my positions in that week and take a nice bit of profit. When you've got a decent account size, obviously, if you're taking 6% on a stock, you're doing very nicely. So that's all we're looking for, is we're just looking for slow, consistent wins. Okay, we're not looking for home runs every time. If you keep on taking regular wins, you will get some losses. Most of them will be break even. Same with my Forex trading. Most of the losing trades will be break even, or even tiny profit or tiny loss around that area. It doesn't matter because you would have taken a second entry and made your money in any case. So here, this is a very nice trade. I'm just going to go through another couple. So this was Costco. Now it's not looking great on my my setup here. So this was a top-in formation, but the earnings were going to be coming out, and I wanted to just begin into a quick little trade. So again, we just entered at the bottom here, and I was just looking for a 3% move, and we got that exactly. Just hit the take profit, and I was out again. So we didn't get much movement, but we got a nice little spike up. I was pretty confident in the trade anyway, based on the fundamentals, and it'd been, it's got some serious momentum. So we just entered a quick trade there. It was oversold, but these are, we're looking at a pretty toppy formation again. So I was very much aware of that. So I'm only looking to get in and out again. Okay, I have to watch these trades. Because we're looking pretty top heavy on the stock market at the minute. I'm just going to go to the Dow. So Dow needs a bit more analysis here. You can see we've had it's going to 30-minute time frame, so we're going to looking a little bit of a downward movement here. We've not sold off completely like we did back in March here with the crash. I think it's going to be more of a long grind, this one, downwards. But we are crossing over, which isn't a great sign here on the oscillators. But we are getting oversold. So this next couple of weeks is going to be critical for the Dow. I really want to see what's going to happen here. If we can continue lower, but not going very fast, and just come back to the average down here, I think we're going to get a bounce again for a little bit. But if we start to sell off hard next week, the next coming weeks, then I'd expect quite a hefty sell-off to ensue until it's corrected. But I've got a feeling, just with the way the market is and the timing around the election, I think we're going to be looking at more of a choppy trading range, maybe heading down ever so slightly. But it's going to be one of the two. There's down pressure either way. Unless they keep pumping, money into it, we could get the reversal. When these have been oversold, we could get a reversal back up again. It could roll over. So it is a critical time for the markets, in my opinion. So I'm going to be watching it. But either way, I don't really care that much because I will short those stocks in any case. as I just trade the swings of it. So I will get my 5% either way, and that is how we trade. We just keep on going in and out of the market and taking those nice little wins. We can run trends when they go on the pullbacks, but that is in line with my system that I trade in any case. So we can trade these pullbacks in uptrends, and we go to the highs and take them out again, and we get even bigger winners. This is even on the Dow, so it works on absolutely anything, this trading system. If you're interested in the system, get in contact with me. My email will be below. Let's have a look at Apple. It's just always interesting. So you can see quite clearly where our pullback trades were here, very clear. And obviously Apple has just been exponential. So I don't actually hold any Apple stocks. I don't hold stocks for very long in any case. I just trade that movement. So we've got to move up here again. Same sort of movement we've got. It's looking pretty bearish, but the sell-off is had a reasonable sell-off, but we're looking at getting support here. So these averages are kind of flattening out. So it's like I say, it's going to be important weeks for everything, judging what I'm looking at. If we carry on, that sell-off carries on at the same pace, we come down here. I think we're going to get a second move higher. Very much like what you did when we see it down here. So you could say we're at this sort of junction, the same sort of situation. We're selling off, and we might get that move down and then back up again. But we could be looking at some upward pressure coming if we get that slow move down. So it's going to be extremely interesting, nice week. But I'm not going to trade this at the minute. There's no setup at the minute for us. I'm just going to show you Cardinal Health. Just 1 second. This was 2 trades I took. You see we're oversold in these areas. This was the first position I entered. I didn't get what I wanted out of that position. Came down, spiked down. I entered again. Took that one back. I'm currently in that trade still. We're nicely oversold still, so it will be critical what happens in the coming weeks. This one I took out for a slight profit. The first entry, so I've only got that second entry now, which gives me that breathing room. I've got no risk on the first trade anymore, and I'm in on this one very nicely. So we have got a comfortable position. Like I say, if we do get a spike down or anything, I've still got some nice leeway because I've got in such a good position on the second hit down. So I will enter several positions on occasions, depending on the price action of the stocks. I also traded some crypto, would you believe it or not, using the same system. We just trade in the short oscillations, but we get the direction right. So this is obviously, you can see this is a downtrend, right? This is slightly broken, this channel, if people are channel trading. We've got a downtrend here, but we are oversold on our oscillators, so that could be doing just entering back into this trading range if we're going that way. So we're in a good position in any case. Sorry about that thing just coming up. And we will be waiting to see how this one pans out as well. So let's just have a look at one more. I think it was Denny's. Right, this is what I want to talk about. This is you can see we just had a consolidation after the crash, so little crash there. So we had a crash and we're just in a trading range at the minute. So when we get these situations, when we go down the bottom here, I entered a trade here. Now it just didn't move much. We've had a little bit of movement, but I just closed that position out. So it wasn't, massive profit, but I just closed out. I was in profit. Wasn't doing much, so I was quite happy just to close that one out. And somebody's messaged me. That'd be nice. So this situation, I just close out. I've taken profit out of the trade. So if it's 1 or 2%, I'm not bothered. If I'm not happy with it and it's not moving the way I want to, I'll just close that position down. If you're taking profit every time, it doesn't matter. I did take a loss. I took a terrible position, actually. I'm going to show you what I took it in. It was, this was a terrible trade. So this was Goodyear tires. Goodyear, I know it's had some publicity in the States, which I wasn't as aware of as I should have been. So it's had some negative publicity going on. I took a trade on this too early. I took it up here. You can see we've had a hard sell-off here. So I took the trade up here. We just entered this oversold area. but that is not looking good. It was nothing. There was no trade there. We've got the green above the red. That's about it. It's in no man's land in the middle. So that was not a good trade for me. I took that and it just sold off, and I closed it straight away when I realised my error. But I took about 3% loss on that trade. So there you go. You know, that's some honesty for you. I wasn't happy with it. It was a poor trade. I don't know why I took it, to be honest. I do know I took it. I'll tell you why I took it. I took it for all the wrong reasons. I took it because I like the brand. I don't like their, obviously, whatever they've done politically. However, I've always used them, so it was a completely emotional trade. Exactly why you shouldn't buy a stock, and I got what I deserved on that one for not following my system. So you follow the system, you do well. I'm not perfect. I don't make perfect decisions, and that was entirely the wrong decision. But there we go. These things happen. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I've easily made up that loss. I had 19 wins and 1 loss last week on my trades. So I've only cancelled out 1 other trade. So I'm not fussed with that. That's absolutely fine. You need to get over your losses and realise when you're making these poor decisions, and just be honest with it. You're going to make them, but you just got to try and minimise these decisions as much as you can. Anyway, if you use a system, this is how you can trade stocks. You see at the bottom here, these lines cross at the bottom. This is where we start entering trades, and this run up has been incredible. So we've, on anything pretty much, you look at any of these assets, you can see the same things happening. Let's have a look at what Johnson & Johnson's a nice favourite stock. So Johnson & Johnson, you can see where you can enter trades. You can go short or long on these ones. So you've got nice trades here everywhere. The sell-off, absolutely lovely entries down the bottom here. Nice deviation away from our line in the middle. Have a look at my other videos. I trade currencies exactly the same way. So you'll be able to see how I trade those and how we can trade the pullbacks, like I said before. So, hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick bit of analysis here. It's going to be very important weeks coming up for the Dow Jones. Exciting times, but I'm just going to keep trading the same way. I will short stocks, and if the setup's correct, there's no harm in that whatsoever. We just got to be sure that we're not getting into positions where things are going against us. We've had quite a strong move in stocks over the last few years, so people have got in the mindset that it's only ever going to go up and always buy. But in these situations here, when we're bullish and we don't have the clear signals, we want to be extremely careful about getting into short positions, because obviously you can see where it rolls over and we just get continuation. This is a classic, this spike down here. So if you had entered short positions here expecting the market to roll over, we've got a strong indication it's pretty bullish. If you were in a poor position there, you could then re-enter trades and close out on these spikes, and you'd still end up in profit even though you're going against the trend. And so it is possible. You can get parabolic rises, which in that instance would cause you issues. But that's because you're trading against a very strong trend, and you can see that very easily with the system. So when this happens, we just got to be cautious and pick our entries. When you get moves like this, which are just crashes, it's way easier to trade that because you've just got the deviation from our baseline here, which is the blue line, and you'll be told by the oscillators when to enter. It's quite clear on these absolute perfect entries. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Do please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. That would be much appreciated. And any information, just email me and I'll let you know. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.